Welcome to day one of my WPT coverage, as well as all things Vegas poker in December. I'm Sherry Pluskota, and I'm happy you're joining me live or listening to me in a future time on my recording. Hey, Donna, how are you?
Hey Sherry, I'm fine, thank you. I've just got situated and parked.
Awesome. Thank you for joining me. Again, we find ourselves kicking off a daily coverage, so let's see how this goes here in December.
Wow, here we go again. Crazy train.
Here we go again. Need to thank my sponsor, Elevator Results. If you need to lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can design a plan for you. Check them out on Twitter or on their site at elevatorresultspt.com. Also, be reminded you can find the recordings of my past spaces on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Please subscribe. Don't forget, I'm hosting our fourth official meetup game at the Bellagio on December 12th at 2 p.m. It will be a 1-3 no limit game unless we add a different game. We're just going to go by what the crowd wants. So if people want to play PLO and we have enough interest, we'll do a PLO table. Ladies playing that day will be entered into a drawing for a pair of Oakley sunglasses donated by Poker Karen. And of course, many thanks to Sean McCormick and the Bellagio staff for hosting us and providing yummy pizza for that event. And we'll talk more about the meetup game as our time goes on today. Should be a fun time in Vegas. Donna's coming. We're going to have another roommate with us, Irene. And yeah, it's going to be a fun time, folks. Be ready, buckle up, ready, and get ready for the ride. So let's talk about what's at the WPT today. The WPT kicks off today at the Wynn, and they have Omaha, a limit Omaha 8 or better starting at 11 a.m. That is a $515 plus $85 buy-in, so $600. 25K starting stack, 30-minute levels. Late reg is going to be until the ninth level, unlimited entries, and that is a 50K guarantee. Then I'm going to also talk about another tournament that starts today is going to be the $100,000 guarantee. No, it is $1 million guarantee. I'm sorry. I should have printed this a little bit bigger for myself because I am blind up close. It is $1 million guarantee prize pool. It is looks like $800 buy-in, and it actually is flight 1A and flight 1B start today. So flight 1A is at 11 o'clock. Flight 1B is at 6 p.m. This tournament is going to go from today through Saturday, the 7th. So it is a multi-day event. Starting stack is 30K, 30-minute blinds, late reg to level 9, unlimited rebuys per flight. So that is going to be what is at the WPT starting today. Over at the Orleans today is the 11 o'clock $300 no limit monster stack, 30K guarantee. 4 p.m. is a $240 horse tournament, 10K guarantee. And at 6 p.m. is a $200 no limit super stack with a 15K guarantee. Over at the Venetian is an $1,100 buy-in, and that is a no limit MSPT day 1C and that's a 2-day event, and that is starting at 11:10, and that has a 25K. No, I'm sorry. That has a 25K starting stack and a $300,000 guarantee. And then at 6 p.m. or 6:10 p.m., they always like to do 10 after the hour at the Venetian. They have a $200 no limit bounty day 1A, and that is a 10K guarantee, 25K starting stack with 30-minute levels. So that's what is getting started at in Vegas today. And as we do this coverage, we're going to talk about several things. We're going to talk, of course, about the WPT, and we're going to talk about the ARIA Open, which starts tomorrow and goes through the 22nd. The Orleans Winter Open will be another one we, keep you updated on, and that is started actually November 17th and will go through December 22nd. The Venetian Deep Stack started November 25th and will go through 12/24. And then let's not forget the Women's Winter Festival starts December the 9th through December the 15th. And there are several women's tournaments throughout that week. And let's not forget the Women's Poker Hall of Fame will induct their new nominees on December the 11th. If you want to attend that Hall of Fame luncheon and induction ceremony, it's open to everyone. It's not just for females in poker. That room is filled with both men and women, and it is an amazing event. I highly recommend it. This will be my third one, and the last one was they do it every other year was 2 years ago, and it was at the Poker Go studio, and it was lots of fun. This year it's at the Plaza Hotel in downtown Vegas. It's on the 11th of December. It is a $60 ticket. You can order your ticket online at the let me make sure I get this right, Women in Poker Hall of Fame.com. You can order your ticket. And if you want to sit at mine and Donna's table, send me a DM that you bought a ticket and you want to sit at our table, and I will let the powers that be know that and get you a seat at our table. So lots going on in Vegas. Of course, again, the meetup game is the 12th at the Bellagio at 2 p.m. Let me know if you can come. Let me know if you want to donate something to the Splash the Pots. We have several donations, which I've already reviewed several times, but a couple of things that have come in that are new is Rick O'Connell sent me a little goodie box, and it arrived a couple of days ago, and it has some memorabilia. Um, One item in particular is autographed photo of TJ Cloutier, Cloutier. Forgive my pronunciation. You guys know I suck at it. Um, and it is signed by him, and a couple of them are signed by Scotty. So you have two signatures on the one picture. And he also sent a couple of card markers. So I think there's only two or three of those. So I'm going to have to figure out. We just may do a drawing for those, depending on how many tables we have. So got to figure that out still. My friend Irene is attending. And of course, this will be her second meetup game and her second donation to our meetup game. And she ordered some bottle openers that are like in the shape of a playing card. And I haven't seen a picture yet, but they sound very fun. So she ordered some of those for the Splash the Pots, and she ordered some fidget spinners. And she also ordered some makeup bags for the women or men for your better half, as they say. So thank you, Tyrene, for those amazing items for our Splash the Pots. And of course, South Point, oh my goodness, slow down, Sherry. South Point Poker Room has donated, I'm guessing, some more, um, what do you call it? Coupons or my mind. Thank you,
Vouchers.
vouchers for buffets, because that's what they've done in the past. I have not picked them up because I have not arrived in Vegas yet. But as soon as I pick them up and see what they are, we'll let you know what they are. But they're always gracious and always supportive of my meetup games, and they always give me some really fun stuff to give away in our Splash the Pot. So kudos over to South Point for their donation to our Splash the Pot. So, speaking of South Point, Donnie, you want to tell everybody what's going on at South Point today?
Yeah, of course. But first off, I just want to say a big thank you to South Point for once again sponsoring our Splash the Pots. Without South Point and other people donating, we wouldn't be able to have these fun prizes to give away on the tables. And on that note, I will get back to South Point. The South Bank Tuesday daily tournaments are at 10:05. There's the $100 no limit 75,000 guarantee. 75,000
Nope,
guarantee.
nope, nope. 7,500,
205,
7,500.
7,500, not 1,000. I know.
No
My
worries.
eyes. It's dark.
No worries. I love it.
I'm doing a you. You got me fumbling. At 2:05, we've got the $100 Omaha 8B, 3,000 guarantee. 6:05 is the 150 no limit bounty. The bounty is $50, and that's 7,500 guarantee. And my favourite of favourites is the 10:05 p.m. 100 no limit turbo, $2,000 guarantee.
Awesome. Thank you for that information, Donna. Of course, Donna alluded to her favorite being the 10:05. And of course, you guys all know that I love that tournament as well. And we're actually, for those that are going to be in Vegas, I would say that probably Saturday, the 14th, is probably going to be our South Point day where we're going to absolutely try to play a tournament there. The rest of the days is kind of going to be hit or miss as far as when we're going to play at South Point, just because on the day after we arrive, we have the Hall of Fame luncheon, followed by a tournament, a bounty tournament at the Resorts World, which is putting bounties on all of the Hall of Fame members in the Women's Hall of Fame. And then, of course, Thursday is our meetup game. And then Thursday night is the WPT players party. So you guys make note of this, all of this for yourselves. And then on Friday, I'm doing a dinner with some friends. And then on Saturday, we're going to probably do the South Point thing. And of course, we'll let you know. We always try to let everybody know what we're doing so you guys can join us or not. Whatever you want to do, we're down. So, um, wanted to bring up a couple of things that are kind of hot topics right now because you guys know that we always try to talk about some of the hot topics. So, if you're interested in talking about one of these two topics, come on up and get a microphone. Please request in the bottom left corner. Or if you have any other information you'd like to provide to the listeners, please do, or another subject you'd like to bring up, please do. The two topics are, of course, the hot topics of Twitter: the Vanessa Cade, Ben, and DePaulo discussion. And the other would be the um, new rules that they're going to implement at the WSOP in the Bahamas. Now, some of you may or may not know that it has to do with electronic rules, right? Because several things have happened over the last year. And the reason the WSOP Bahamas is probably doing it first is because the pin size camera scheme was kind of kicked off by the bad guys, so to speak, last year in the Bahamas. Now, I want it to be made clear the pin size camera scheme did not actually happen at the WSOP in the Bahamas, but it happened at events surrounding that event. And so kudos to them for kind of taking a stance and saying, okay, we've got to do something. Because in light of that and what's been going on with those pin size cameras in the last 18 months to 2 years, as well as Computergate at the final table at the WSOP, right? That brought a lot of attention to the topic of electronics and coaching at the rail. And so I just, thought we could, maybe discuss this a little more. We discussed it in the summer, but the new rules I find interesting. So go ahead, Brandon.
I was actually just gonna talk about the. You already talked about it. The rule change in the WSOP that no spectator coaching and no electronic coaching. I mean, I think that's for the best personally.
Well, I find it interesting that they said like no live coaching. Like you can't, because that's been going on forever. And when I say live coaching, I mean like I walk up to my rail and my rail is talking to me about, you know, a plan of action, coaching, whatever. I'm not talking about the electronics part of that element. And so I find it interesting that they're putting a kibosh on all of it. And you can't, if you're on the rail, you can't be watching the live feed. And, and I think those are all good changes, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I find it interesting. And some of it's probably long overdue, and I think we saw the disparity at the WSOP of somebody who's heavily involved in the poker world, who owns a quote unquote GTO site or whatever, and has that wealth of knowledge base as well as friends in the industry versus people that don't have that luxury and can't walk up to the rail and have that type of information and coaching available to them, the haves and the have nots, right? And I think it was a microscope on something that has probably been long overdue. I still have no problem with a human being there and cheering up there and cheering on their player, after a bad beat, and I have no problem with that. So I'm kind of torn with the you can't get a human to coach you. Why can't a human coach you without electronics? So I don't know. Maybe that's going to evolve. And the next step, they'll see how this goes and, improve on the new rules, so to speak. So anyway, Donnie, you have any thoughts on that?
Sorry, love, I've been just talking to James, so I missed that.
Okay.
If it's about the, sorry, it's pick-up time. Um, I think that people we shouldn't be relying on technology.
I agree. I agree.
We should not be relying on technology. What happened to reading a person? What happened? Hang on a minute. I'm sorry. I've done it. What happened to having the gut feeling? What happened? It's all gone. So like solvers, not people. Some people don't use solvers. So like they play totally different. I mean, me, I'm a nightmare to play against.
Right.
Seriously,
Right.
I don't do solvers.
Right. And I think that, there's probably people on both sides of that, right? We can say that for certainty. Some people truly believe in solvers, some people don't. And some people believe there's a mixture of both that are healthy too. So I get it. Go ahead, Brandon.
My only hope is that that doesn't cross over into somebody going to talk to their rail between hands. Like I think that's always been a thing, and I don't think anybody has a problem with that, and I hope they don't consider that coaching.
No.
But if they got a laptop there or an iPad, I mean that's different. But just going to talk to your coach or your friend or somebody in between hands just to have a conversation with them. I hope that they don't. I don't. It doesn't seem like that rule goes into that, but
Yeah, but how are you going to decipher unless you have a staff member standing there listening? Like how do you police that? And we all know you can't just say on the honor system because there is no honor in poker in 95% of the cases, because we wouldn't even be having the conversation about this topic.
now that's damn right. You're right about that.
Yeah, as that pains me to say, I would love nothing more than this be an honorable, profession, so to speak. But we all know there's stories on Twitter every day of somebody taking advantage of somebody else or some situation or some operator. And it gives us all a black eye. And it's unfortunate, but that's the world we live in. So here we are.
I guess I'm just interested to see, if somebody what they're gonna how strictly they're gonna enforce it, right? If
Right.
somebody goes over to talk to their friend in between hands or something, I mean, I don't know. I think that they can't really get mad about that,
Well,
but
and
who knows though?
I'm tending to agree with you. I'm going to try to pull up, I took some screenshots of the rules that they're going to, um, for those that may not have already seen them, the rules that they're going to try to implement, excuse me, in the Bahamas. Um, if I can find it, electronic assistance and coaching players and spectators are not allowed to use charts, apps, or any other electronic assistance in the tournament rule. Failure to adhere to this policy will result in a penalty up to disqualification for the player and removal from the tournament room for the spectator. Spectators are also prohibited from providing live assistance or coaching. Failure to adhere to this rule will result in penalty for the player, removal from the rail for the spectator. So that's, I didn't read all of it, but that's the gist of it. So how are they going to police that? And how are you going to police that with an even hand so that, the same rule applies to everyone, and of course the gray area. When is it a, disqualification and when isn't it? I mean, that gray area is what gets us into trouble every damn time. Go ahead, Donna.
Hang on. Do you know what you need to say? Sit your ass down and play your cards.
You're funny. Listen, I want to give a little shout out to Anthony Cosenza, who won the copy of Lexi Gavin Mather's book, Mastering Small Stakes, No Limit Tournaments. Um, I want to thank Anthony for being a listener, and I'm thankful for him and all of our listeners. And he won that book as a giveaway over Thanksgiving that I did. So, congrats to Anthony. Let me know when you get it, bud. It's already been shipped. Now let's talk about this. Anybody want to talk about this Vanessa Kate, Ben DePaulo? And I'm going to be honest with you. I have not read it all because I'm not into this. I'm just not into this manifesto Twitter, post. I'm just not. So I will read the first paragraph or two, get the gist of the, what's going on. And so I don't know all the details, but if you guys want to dive into it, we can. Go ahead, Kush. Welcome.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon. I just had a question about the WPT. I wonder if anyone else caught this yesterday. They were supposed to launch the site yesterday with some gold pass or gold passport, correct?
They were, and they've been having some problems, so they've postponed that.
Yeah, but they didn't make any kind of announcement or anything. They just kind of just swept it under the rug, and I didn't see anything. Did anyone see anything about that?
There has not been an update, and I have been looking for it because I'm trying to get one of those too. And I keep feeling like the last person picked in PE class. But anyway, um, I have been watching for that, and I really think they just haven't made an announcement because they just have technical issues that they haven't figured out yet. I'm just going to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
that expectation. That sounds correct to me, I believe. But what we got like 10 days till this damn tournament starts, and they don't even have all the passports given out.
Well, and
It's crazy.
I think we talked about this the other day. For those of us that have already planned to be there or live there or close by, we could drive there. It's not a problem. But if somebody wanted to buy a flight, it's really kind of unfair to those folks. And I know a couple of people that have won them that they're like, I don't even have a flight. I can't even come, and they're non-transferable. And so, what's going to happen to those? Are they going to re-give those out, or are those just going to fall to the wayside? So,
Yeah,
um,
I think they're just gonna let them dead seats, basically.
yeah,
It's good for
yeah.
the field, but
Go ahead, Brandon.
I'm sorry to go back to the previous topic real quick. I just wanted to get everybody's opinion on when it says live coaching. So, like I was talking about, like players going over to their rail between hands, or whatever. Do you think live coaching just means like if they're in a hand, they can't go over to their rail while they're trying to make a decision, or live coaching means like no coaching in the tournament area at all?
The latter.
Okay, I mean that's going to be kind of tough because I mean that's kind of always been accepted, right?
Exactly my
Correct me.
point.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly my point. And how are you going to police that? Are you going to assign an employee to stand with the player everywhere they walk when they're in the tournament area so that you can hear what's being said or not said? I mean, how do you police that? I don't know. Uh, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see the fallout from those rule changes, as well as, you know what? That's how we evolve to better rules, right? So they try something. If it works, they keep it. If it doesn't, it evolves. So fingers crossed that it works out. However they want to work it out. They're trying to, do away with cheating. I'm for it.
I'm for.
Well, obviously, there's going to be teething problems at the start, as there is
Right.
with everything, with all new rules. But they will tweak it and they will get it down. But as I said, I do not agree with coaching on the rail because you should have got your coaching prior to your playing.
Well, and I understand that, but I also think under the umbrella of coaching is also just encouraging. You're doing a good job, keep doing what you're doing, maybe try this, do this more often or less of that. And so, it's not necessarily heavy duty coaching, but it is a type of coaching and encouraging. So I think there's a gray area there that has to be sorted out.
Definitely, I totally agree with you. Sorry,
Go ahead,
Brandon.
Oh,
Brandon.
Sorry, love.
no, you're good. I have a good example for Sherry. Something that goes back to something she knows a lot about, like tennis, for example. You're not supposed to get coaching during a match, but they can look up to their box and get words of encouragement and stuff like that.
Right.
So I feel like, is that the direction they're trying to head?
Well, and I'm
You
just going
you
to
you
tell
can
you,
get people. Oh, you're doing okay. Don't worry about it.
well, I'm just going to tell you that you have to be careful in the world of tennis with your words of encouragement because they can be interpreted as coaching. And second of all, those boxes are cheating all the time. They have signals worked out as to like a high, hit a this kind of ball, they're tapping their knee. Hit this kind of ball, they're tapping their head, their shoulder. So the coaching goes on in tennis for sure. If you've been around it long enough, you pick up on it. But for the novice viewer or player, you probably don't pick up on it. But they cheat in tennis too, unfortunately. So, Tramp Stamp, what you got, bud? Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you, bud?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. And
Absolutely.
yeah, so I blame all that shit, all the coaching, on the side at the World Series. I blame it all on Johnny Chan and fucking Jamie Gold. That year that Jamie Gold won the main, like he made such a big deal about, oh, Johnny Chan's coaching me, and then he kept like going to the sidelines and getting advice and shit. And at the time, it rubbed me the wrong way, but I didn't, I was like, well, it's whatever. You're just whatever. It's like talking a hand with your buddy. But like now in hindsight, I'm like, well, wait a minute. So this guy has fucking, coaching from a two-time, legend of the game, and Johnny Chan almost won it 3 times in a fucking row, which, I mean, he
Right.
came in, he won it twice, and then he came in second to Phil Hellmuth, and that, kicked off Phil Hellmuth's career. But like in hindsight, I'm like, man, that's just such a bad look. Like imagine, you're someone you bought in for your 10K, you're sitting down here and you're playing against this guy, and he's just running like fucking Jesus. And then on top of that, he gets advice from like Johnny Chan, like every other hand, because he kept telling him, oh yeah, well this guy, he's gonna do this and he's gonna do that and whatever. And now I'm like, no, like poker is always, it should always be like, an individual thing. Now, with that,
Right.
like when they did the whole November 9th thing, if you want to go home and run sims with your buddies and do that, that's fine. You know what I mean? Because there's such a large break in between it, like, and you're out of the tournament completely. But like while you're playing the tournament, going to the side, doing all that shit, just fuck right off, man. I don't have Joe McKeon coming. If I ever make a main event final table, and running fucking sims for me and shit, and even if you do it after the fact, it's just such a bad look.
Well, and I brought
I
that
don't
up.
think you have to worry about that.
I brought that up earlier. It's the haves and the have-nots. If you're in the world and you have all these friends that are great coaches, believe in this theory or that theory, and they're on your, and you have 10 of them on your rail helping you get coached, versus the have-nots. That this is somebody like, even when Moneymaker broke into it that year in 2003,
Yeah.
he was a nobody. He didn't have somebody on the rail coaching him, right, so to speak, any big names or whatever. So it also goes to the haves and the have-nots. And like you, I don't think it's a good look for poker. And maybe that you can have one coach on the rail or one and not, and so that or one person on person of support. I don't know, but it's not fair. It's not an even playing field when you have, and at the same token you have to look at it as, hey, wait a minute, but this person's been in poker 20 years. Have they earned the right to do that because it's within the rules, blah blah blah. They're not doing anything wrong. It's only been till this year that we're like, wait a minute, now computers have been brought into the picture and this is really going overboard. Because up until that time it was just people on the rail watching, getting info from somebody watching the live feed, them feeding the player at the table what has been seen on the live feed so they can tweak their game accordingly. That's basically what it's been the last decades, right? Until now the
Yeah.
computer has been brought in, and that takes it to a whole nother level. And I think all of these things are part of that discussion, but to me, like you, Tramp, a major part of that discussion is it's the haves versus the have-nots as well. And that has to be considered when those decisions about what do we do now are being made.
Yeah, spot on.
That's kind of where I'm at with all of that. So
Yeah, no,
I appreciate
and it's
you.
funny you say that about Chris Moneymaker too. Because I watched the fuck out of that, man. All my buddies, we were all watching Rounders and watching the World Series of Poker back then. And yeah, like he had his family to support him. Like his dad wasn't running fucking GTO Wizard or whatever. And then, and it was funny. He even fooled his family. Like there was one, famous hand where, he rips it all in and his dad's like, oh, he's got it. There's no way he's bluffing here. And he was fucking bluffing his
Yes,
ass
he
off.
was. Yes, he was. And is it fair that I mean, I want, just like I do in sports, I want the winner to be crowned because of what they did on the playing field, not
Yeah.
because of bad refs or not because of bad play calls. I mean, as far as the refs are called, like penalties, bad penalties being given out. I don't want outside interference. I want these two players to get to heads up and just play their hearts out until somebody makes the right decision or somebody makes the wrong decision and then somebody's crowned a winner. I don't want those outside things affecting the sanctity of that process.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at its core, poker, it's an individual game. It's about you, versus everyone else and everyone else versus everyone else, at the same time. And yeah, and that's like my favorite part too is when when you get heads up and you're battling it out. And man, I mean, there's a lot of great World Poker Tour that they have a lot of great tournaments where they get heads up and now the real fucking battle begins.
Right on.
Sherry,
100%.
Sherry, I agree with you though. That's going to be difficult to police. Like, what do we consider coaching, and what do we consider, words of encouragement? Like exactly what you said. Like, what are you going to have somebody follow each player around, like, to
Well,
hear when he goes over to his rail, like to his family, to hear what they're saying? Like, that's going to be difficult, but I'm sure they'll figure it out. They're
well,
pretty good at this.
and let's face it, sometimes they have hot mics on. So we, the viewers or the booth, can hear what they're saying. And we're like, whoa, that's against the rules. But the people in that room might not be hearing them. So then what, is there going to be replay? I mean, like, are we going to get so stupid they're going to be like, well, maybe we need to look at replays now because we caught him on an open mic saying this. Are they going to get penalized? Timeout, stop the clock. Let's see a replay and see if he needs to be called out and penalized. I mean, it could get so stupid that it loses all of its attraction to us as a viewer. So we got to be careful what we wish for as far as policing what's going on, but we definitely need to be policing what's going on.
Or the only other thing is to have it behind a private room and have nobody watching,
Yep.
and then we're looking outside on a television camera.
Well, that or
That's the only other way
well,
to stop
and
it.
that's a great suggestion. That or you just have an audience. You have the Thunderdome, but everybody is
And
20 feet.
that in a chair.
Yeah, 20 feet away or more. Like there's no way for a player to be approached by anyone. So there are ways around it. They just got to figure out ways are the best ways. And, just the fact that we're having the discussion, I think is hopeful and a good thing. Because I think, after what we talked about over the summer on the topic, I think everybody's on board that, we can't have, computers at the final table rail. And so the fact that the discussions are made and, rules are being attempted, new rules are being attempted, I think is a really good starting point. Go ahead, Donna.
Do you think it's anything to do with because Gigi's bought the WSOP, so they want to start afresh and like try something new?
Hey, it certainly could be. But just remember that the WSOP is still being run by the same folks. It's just owned by someone else. And so, how much is Gigi going to be able to influence all that? I don't know. I would hope that they always will have open discussions of improvements they want to see, right? So, um, you I think you could be spot on with that.
Yeah, I think Gigi wants to clean up after the debacle.
For sure.
So
For sure. I just don't know if I think it's more driven by Jack and his staff than I do it's GG, is my point.
well, let's hope so.
I'd like to hear Sean's take on this, honestly.
Yes. And once he comes in here, remind me and we'll ask him, whether it be today or another day, for sure. Um, anything else on this topic, you guys, before I move on? Okay. I do want to touch on this whole Vanessa Cade Ben DePaulo thing. And like I started earlier, I have not, capital NOT, read 90% of what these fools are writing. Why? Because I think it's senseless. And honestly, I think Ben did a disservice to his own opinion. And why do I say that? Because I think he had some very valid points, but I also think that he was trying to go for content and clicks versus an authentic conversation. And honestly, if he went for an authentic conversation, he would have got more content and clicks than he would have ever dreamt of. But he chose to make innuendos and smartass remarks and comments. And it's unfortunate because I read through his post back in June again this morning because I was like, there's just got to be a different way to look at all this. And you guys know that I'm all about getting more women involved with poker, making poker safe for both men and women. As far as when I say safe, not being treated rudely by others at a poker table. And we all know that women are capable of being rude and so are men. So it's not a sexist thing, it's just a poker thing. And so I looked at, his little manifesto. And again, I just was breezing through it because I was like, this is stupid. Like, why even bring this up? This doesn't even apply here. Why are you inserting this? I mean, he got himself lost in his own juices. If he would have stuck to some of his major points, he really could have had an authentic conversation with the women in poker. And I kind of wrote down some of the points that I'm talking about. One thing he said, and I'm not repeating this verbatim, so you can go back and read it on his thing, go for it. It is because it's so long. I just have to shorten it. But one of the things he said was, if we can't even have a debate on why we have more women being successful at poker, I'm sorry, more men being successful at poker, we are doomed. He's right. We need to have a debate, but it has to be an adult conversation, not full of innuendos and insults. He's absolutely right. If we can't debate it, we are doomed as far as getting more women involved. So he lost himself in his own sauce. Another thing he said was, what are these entry barriers for live poker for women? Great question. Valid question. Why didn't we focus on that question, Ben? You kind of got a lot of steam out of that, a lot of input that would have been valuable to men. to other women to discuss what are the barriers to getting women to the felt in person. Great question. Another thing he said was men are less emotional at poker. Great topic of discussion. Are they? Think about when you're in a poker room, who is usually standing up yelling and screaming about stuff? Is it more men or more women? On live feeds, on live feed of a man playing poker at his home, his podcast, playing poker, online poker at home. How many, or women, how many women have you seen chuck a computer across the room like Daniel Nucrano? How many women have done that? I don't know of any. I'm not saying there are any or aren't. I'm just saying I haven't seen any. And so the discussion, instead of bringing emotions into it, because everybody can get emotional, and it's really not a valid point. Emotions are not holding you back unless you're on tilt, and that's an individual thing. It's not a male or female thing. Go ahead, Asimov. Welcome.
Good morning. Uh, I'll say this online, right? Because nobody can see me. Yeah, I get a bad beat or whatever. I might throw my phone. I might, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Punch some air. I might do a little bit of all of that. Because in person, I know I can't. So when I'm playing online, I let it all hang out, right? Even my wife is, but funny enough, my wife has never seen me play, right? So she's like, yo, you're not like that, like when you're playing, are you? And I'm like, nah, actually, when I'm playing, I'm fucking chill as fuck. But that's probably because I'm losing my shit while I'm playing online, right?
Well, and I
So
brought this up before. My kids play Call of Duty. Now, everybody says, oh, Call of Duty is so fun. It's amazing. I get to play with players from all over the world. Well, in my house, all I hear is God darn this and motherfuckers this and this asshole did this and oh my God. And they're screaming at the top of their lungs and they're over 30 years old
sounds like me playing poker.
and they're screaming. It doesn't sound like fun to me, but B, is that emotional or not?
I get that as well, Sherry, so you're not on your own.
I mean, you guys know it. You guys have either played it or been around people that have played it. No matter who it is, they're screaming at that damn monitor. And guess what? That's precisely why you can't bring emotions into this discussion about women or men better or not, or are they involved with poker or not because of emotions. It's not a valid discussion. It just isn't. Okay, here's another thing he brought up. I want to see harsher punishment for men who show any kind of harassment towards women. Great. So do we. As well as punishment for women that are rude to other men or other women. Whoever is harassing anyone, there should be valid punishment, right? Everybody could agree with that. Why didn't he focus on that topic? See, that all got lost in the sauce. He had valid points, and there were probably a few others, but I stopped because the manifesto was so damn long. I didn't want to waste any more of my time. My point is, Ben had valid points. He chose to go around the discussion rudely he came off like a bad guy when he could have had an authentic conversation. Now let's talk about Vanessa for a minute. Two wrongs don't make a right. So when you start acting like he's acting, you're just as wrong as he is. Calling names, calling people this, calling people that. You're just as wrong as the person that was calling somebody names, calling people this or that. You're both wrong. If you want to have, I was going to write this in response to her tweet about Kevin Mark that she, came back or Kmart. Um, she came back at him this morning. You know, should he have tweeted what he said? Probably not. It was rude. But she came back at him talking about his I think divorce or relationship or whatever, that's a snake bite. That's not a healthy discussion. That's a snake bite. You're biting back because you didn't like what he said. And guess what? You're just as wrong as he is now. You stooped to that level. So, I don't give any grace to her either. Why? Because she is not rising above it and saying, wait a minute, I didn't like what you said. Let's have an authentic conversation. She went to their level. Now she's acted like she's become what she's complaining about. She's complaining that he's acting this way. Now she's acting this way. And guess what? We're never going to solve problems like that, folks. If you don't like something I do, come talk to me about it. DM me about it. Let's chat about it. That's how we get a problem solved. If I hurt your feelings, for God's sakes, let me know. Because what hurts your feelings, I don't think, may not think of it as something that could hurt someone's feelings, right? I mean, we can all say stuff like this. Address it with the person. But if you're gonna stoop low and they're stooping low, you are no better than them. You're not solving any problems. You're creating more problems. So do you want to be the answer to the problem or part of the problem? Is what I was going to say to her, because she's just becoming part of the problem now. And we're looking for solutions to the problem, not creating more of a problem. So, anyway, I'm off my high horse on that. Go ahead, Brandon.
To go back to his point about harassment, you have guys like Phil Hellmuth that just get pass after pass. I mean, he just can berate anybody, and I get he's poker royalty or whatever you want to call it, sure. But to get a I mean, I think the worst he's ever got is like a one ring penalty, right? It doesn't matter if he's harassing a man, a woman, it
Exactly.
doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Like if guys like that, people like that are harassing people at the poker table. I mean, they need to step up the penalties for people like
Well,
that.
I'm going to just tell you right now. I don't know if I'll ever have the opportunity to play with Phil. And I hope I do one day because I do admire him and what he's done in the world, not only in poker, but in his regular life. But I'm going to tell you something. If he ever went after me and I thought he was over the line, I, as a player, would look at the dealer and say, something needs to be done. Should not be allowed to talk to me like that. Like, I have to stick up for myself too and tell the dealer, you need to get the TD over here and he needs to be put in his place because I didn't come here to put up with his shit. And I would call him out and make something be done about it. So that's where I'm at with that kind of thing. Go ahead, Donna.
But the thing is, the people playing against Phil know his hot temper, and that's what they want. They want a reaction out of him. No matter how bad it is, they know he's quickly triggered.
Of
So
course.
that's what they
Of
want.
course. Of course. That's
It
100%
still,
correct.
it still doesn't absolve him from what he says, but they are looking for that reaction so they can brag to their friends, oh, I did this to Phil Hellmuth, and this is what he said.
100%. And I got him on tilt and he dumped his chips, right? I mean, it's all part of the
Exactly.
process. Don't miss my point. My point is,
Oh,
if
I'm not missing
I
your
think,
point at all.
yeah, I'm just saying not you, but in general. Um, if he crosses the line, then I would have to put the hammer down. His regular bullshit doesn't bother me. Like when he threatened to burn down the Rio, that is crossing the line and should have been dealt with. And that was ridiculous that was not dealt with. And he got a slide for when he threatened on a live feed to burn down the Rio. It's unacceptable. If I or you did it, we would probably be banned from the property for threatening like terroristic threats or something or other. So, yeah, that definitely needed to be, to me, that's crossing the line. You know, I'm not talking about the typical banter that people are trying to do with him to get him to tilt. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about when he crosses the line and he starts calling somebody a dummy or stupid. To me, that's crossing the line.
I
But
also,
guys,
Brandon, I also want to bring up women. Women are a big part of this. Don't think women are innocent because they damn well not. And if a woman crosses the line, then call her out, call the floor, call the TD. It's not all about men, it's about women too.
It's everybody. We're in this together. Go ahead, Brandon.
I was gonna say that guy gets a pass for everything he does. There's obviously a reason. I guess I should have brought up a different example. I guess okay. For example, if I did exactly what he did to a player, I get a. I mean, maybe a DQ. You know,
100%, Brandon. We're on board
but
with that, bud.
he gets a pass because of who he is, and I think that's bullshit, personally.
No, and I think everybody in here agrees with you, bud.
Yep.
And again, it is crossing that line. The regular banter bullshit, I can let that slide because he's good for the game. But when it becomes that personal attack, rudeness, yeah, no, I'm not about that shit.
Very surprised, Brandon, that you didn't bring up Wilka Soof. Think I've shut him down a few times too. I've shut Will down a few times too. It's quite funny. I've
That's
played with
hilarious.
Will. I've played with Will a few times. I know Will good. I know Will well enough. You
Well,
know what I'm like too.
I hear you. I hear you. Listen, I want to go over a couple of things for the meetup game, which is December 12th at 2 p.m. at the Bellagio. There's about 35 people on the list thus far. Um, and of course, there's some maybes there because people are hoping to be in day two, and we would never, ever wish them bad luck. We want them to be at day two so we can rail them. We have somebody arriving on a plane that day. Who knows? If they're delayed, they may not make it. So, there's about 35 on the list as of today and some maybes. So, there we are. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Green Visor Gang, who has given us they jumped right on board and became my first sponsor for this meetup game, and they gave us 2 phase 3 passes to give away at the meetup game, and I'm excited about that. So thank you, Isaac, and the whole gang, Reaper and Mache and D-Man, Exec Deck. Thank you, Isaac. Also, special thanks to Space Regular Jeff with 2 Fs for his donation of hats to the Splash the Pots. Um, Dark Angels bringing us some of that spotted dick, and no, she will not be handing out antibiotics that day. So you're on your own after that. Many thanks to Greg Tapscott, who was my guest last week, and to Alex Fitzgerald for their copies of Alex's book, How to Beat Players That Never Fold, to give away at the meetup game. Also, I had some commemorative card protector chips made that we'll give away to those that play that day. And I bought some poker books to give away that day. And of course, what I mentioned earlier that South Point Irene and Rick donated. So it's going to be fun. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys can join us, and ladies. But we certainly understand everybody's got an evolving schedule while they're in Vegas. So just keep me updated, folks, and should be fun. Donna, I have a question for you.
Go ahead. And as for
I
the spotted dicks, hang on a minute. I'm having all antibiotics now before I come over.
That's
So
true.
there's none left.
She's been sick, so she's been on antibiotics. So you'll have to get your own antibiotic. Oh shit. Okay, Donna. Something I've always wanted to do my entire life is to go to
Okay.
high tea. And if you remember
Okay.
during our WSOP coverage, I brought
Yes.
up many places in Vegas to go for high tea. So, will
Yes.
you do me the honors of going to high tea with me?
Oh, yes. I'll have to put on a posh dress
Oh, wait, we have to bring dresses now? Forget it. We're going out for a beer. No,
and lift the little pinky up when you're sipping your tea.
listen, of course, I always put my pinky up, but I can't bring a dress because I'm in Spokane and I have no dresses here. But I have some dress slacks I could wear. So you can bring a dress. I can't because I'm not at home.
I'm bringing dresses anyway.
Okay. So we got a date?
We got a date, babes.
All right.
All right. I can't go to high tea, but I'll go to tea high with you.
All right. We'll do it.
Cucumber sandwiches, my dear. I can't
Wow.
eat salmon there.
All right, Tramp, we got a date. Okay, anybody in the audience or listening on replay, if you want to join Donna and I for high tea, let us know and we'll coordinate a date and time.
Hold on. So I can go in like
Hell
Yeezy slides and shorts, right?
Of
And
course
we
you
good?
yeah.
can.
Yes, of course.
Okay, I'm with it.
I've got a question for you, Sherry.
Yes.
What goes on a scone first? Jam or cream?
Jam.
Yes, that's my preferred method. Butter, jam, then cream.
And I've never had either on my scones. So I've just liked a plain scone, believe it or not.
It's really nice.
All right. How about you, Isaac? Jam or cream first?
I'm like the little Mexican girl in the taco shell commercial. Why can't we do both?
Yeah, you can flip it over. Yeah. Why not? There's two sides to a scone, obviously.
I love it. All right. All right. So, Isaac, DM me your dates so that when we're looking at the tea room, I'll know what dates you'll be in town. And we can try to figure out.
Hold on. What?
I said, DM me your dates that you're going to be in Vegas.
Okay, I think it's the 11th to the 14th.
Okay.
So for sure, I got you though.
Okay. Perfect. Because I can't remember everybody's dates. I got to be able
Oh
to.
no, of course not. Of course
I
not.
got to be able to go refer to something.
Yeah, unless something happens and I bank something at South Point or something, then I'll probably stay longer. But if not, nah, just a couple days.
I hear you. I
Well,
hear
at
you.
least I've finally got a date for Vegas.
There you go.
I love it. All right, just to recap for anybody that's come into the space late, the Women's Hall of Fame induction luncheon is the 11th at 11 o'clock at what the hell's the name of the place? I said it earlier. My mind just went blank. Um, anyway, if you want to go to the luncheon, if you go on the Women in Poker Hall of
Plaza,
Fame, what'd you say?
Plaza
Oh, the
Hotel.
Plaza. Thank you. If you go onto the Women in Poker Hall of Fame site, you can order your $60 ticket and join us for lunch and the induction ceremony. No, all are welcome, men and women. If you want to sit at the table with Donna and I, let me know, and I will get that sorted with the powers that be so you could be at our table. That is on the 11th. On the 12th is the made up game at the Bellagio at 2. Then there is the WPT Players Party that evening. So plan accordingly. And then Friday, I'm doing a dinner with friends. Saturday, I think is going to be our South Point day. We're going to try to go to South Point at other points in time, but that's going to be like a last minute decision. So we'll just tweet something or DM people. So that'll be kind of like a fly by night as far as the other days are concerned. But Saturday, I think we're really looking to try to do that 10 p.m., 10:05 South Point tournament. For those that are interested in joining us, we had fun there the last time we gathered for that tournament. So uh, I'm going to go around the horn and then we're going to end the space. So, Tramp Stamp, any last thoughts, questions, comments?
Um, yeah, I did want to say, you
Tramp,
know
are you
what?
there?
Yeah,
Okay.
you hear me?
Donna, can you hear him?
No, he's not speaking.
Okay, just stay put for a minute, Donna. Thank you. Go ahead, Tramp.
All right, you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think the whole women being more emotional than men, that like I just feel like that's wrong, and it's been wrong throughout history. I mean, a woman gets upset about something nowadays, and you do whatever, and a lot of times I feel like they have to hold their feelings back because, you're worried about violence from someone, whereas, I mean, who are all the school shooters? Who are all the people that are fucking shooting up shit because they get upset? I mean, we literally had like an instance, here a couple years ago where a guy, got mad about his ex girlfriend or whatever not being with him, so he went over, shot his ex, shot her new boyfriend. I feel like just throughout history, men are way the fuck more emotional than women, and we shoot people and we start wars over this shit.
Those are all valid points. And, last week, my son and my son in law are both firefighters. One's an EMT and the other is a paramedic um, here in Spokane. And last week, a young man, his girlfriend broke up with him and he drove himself into a tree at 100 miles an hour and killed himself. And I hate the topic of conversation that this sex is more emotional than the other. We're all emotional, and it's okay. And so
Yep.
and for it to be brought up is such a disservice to all of us. And I want to say, and I may be dreaming this or made this shit up, but I want to say that in somebody's responses in that whole argument about, and of course you get idiots that are throwing stupid comments in there too, but I thought somebody brought up a female's cycle as part of the problem too, and I'm like, oh my god, tell me nothing.
Charlie Carell,
Tell me
that guy.
nothing about women and their cycle
Yep.
without telling me nothing about women and their cycle. I mean, you are an idiot. But anyway, my point is everybody can be calm and everybody can be emotional. We are human beings. But when you think about it at the poker table, in my experience, there's been one woman. Other than that, I've never seen any other women tilting at a poker table. Never. I've seen one. Now, and part of that is because there's just more men, right? But at the same token, if you think about it in your poker world, and you don't even have to say it out loud in this conversation, just think about when all the years you've played poker, have you seen more emotional men or emotional women at the table? I mean, you can answer that question for yourselves. We don't even have to have this discussion because we all know that just the sheer numbers lead it to the answer to be more men. But at the same token, what have you seen personally? So, I just don't think it's a valid thing to bring up. I just don't. I don't, because we're all emotional beings and it's okay. And hey, tomorrow I could be at a table fucking blasting somebody because I just have a bad day. And guess what? This is my venting, and I'm sorry I took it out on my table. I mean, it could happen to anyone, is my point. So, anyway, valid. Thank you, Tramp. Anything else?
I'm good if everyone else is.
Well, I appreciate that. And Brandon, you got anything else to add, bring up, comment about?
Yeah, Sherry, thanks for running the space, and I wanted to give a shout out to my home dog, Barry Lovey, in the listener section.
Hey, Barry, Kush, Jeff with two F's, and everybody else that's
We,
been in
we
and
love
out of
we
here.
love Barry.
We do love Barry. Asimov, I know you're probably working, bud. So if you can't speak and or you can, go ahead.
Yeah. Everybody have a good day. Can't wait till next week. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun. And regarding the whole emotional thing, I'll just say this. You could say what you say that women are more emotional or whatever, but honestly, I've always felt that women are better at managing their emotions than men are. So there's that.
Yeah, and I think that's part of what Tramp was trying to say as well. That's what I took out of what he was saying as well. Thank you, Asmoff. A reminder: Friday we're going to have Andrew Barber on my 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific time space. My normal Friday night space will be Andrew Barber. I'm really looking forward to getting to know him better, and I appreciate Blitz is the one that suggested I ask him to come on and visit with us. So appreciate you, Blitz, for that heads up, and looking forward. Stop, Brandon. I'm looking forward to getting to get to know Andrew a little bit better. So bring your questions to that. And of course, today is day one of our WPT coverage and all things Vegas poker in December coverage. Bring your stories, bring your comments, bring any hot topics you hear about so we can look at them and have some fun discussing them, and of course solve all the world's problems in the poker world, because that's what we're here for here in Spaces. So Donna, go ahead. Any last comments or questions?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Barry, we miss you. We love you. Hope to see you soon. Also, don't forget that our favourite place, Ellis Island, hopefully we'll be able to get there to Ellis Island one night.
For karaoke.
Because I've still got 2 things that I need to do there. So yeah, Ellis Island, it's going to be a mad trip. It really is going to be a mad trip. I don't think the amount of time that I've got over there is going to suffice, but I'm going to hit it hard and I'm going to hit it running.
And she's just going to hit
So,
it and everything move. I mean, never mind. And let me just say, the person you owe a dance to is going to be there. So you're going to have a dance at Ellis Island too.
oh, of course, I've told him. I said, I promise. So yeah, I'm having a dance.
Of course.
Don't get me started on Ellis Island, y'all.
I love Ellis Island. And if Matt Savage stands me up again, my God, that man's going to be in
Look,
trouble.
if he stands us up at Ellis Island again, we're doing a Matt Savage roast the next day live on air. So just somebody
Yes.
get word back to him. Somebody DM him. All of you DM him and say, Sherry said if you stand her up and Don up at Ellis Island this year, we're doing a roast the next day. So please DM him that, because he deserves that for standing us up the last time. And just say love Towley. Avi, go ahead, buddy. Welcome to the panel.
Hey, what's up? How are you? How are all you guys doing? Defuck.
Doing good, thank you.
I just watched the Defuck challenge. Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Like people during Thanksgiving, this was already a thing, but everyone went home on Thanksgiving and did it. It's like I'm just trying my Thanksgiving plate. Like here's the mac and cheese. Oh my god, that's so good. Defuck. Like with their mom right there.
Oh, I'll have to go on TikTok and look at those. I'm sure they're fun. I love that.
Yeah, especially when like they're ready to murder their child. Those are the best ones.
Oh, geez.
My kids swear all the time anyway, so it makes no difference.
Oh,
They know how to use it. They know how to use it
right,
proper time. So like it makes a difference. It's just words at the end of the day.
right. Okay, just to go back, go ahead, Avi.
I just said Defuck real quick again.
Just to go back to what
What
Donna
the
was saying,
fuck?
we are definitely going to try to get to Ellis Island for karaoke. And if we're going to do South Point Saturday, maybe karaoke will be Friday night, Donna.
I don't care whatever night. I'm just gonna roll with everything because I'm hitting it hard.
We'll have to see what time that dinner and all that. But anyway, we will get word out when that karaoke is going to take place, and plenty of time for anybody that wants to join us. Go ahead, Brandon.
Sherry, I heard you say that you wanted to solve all the world's problems. I have a very important world solving poll in the comments.
Oh yeah, I
So
already answered the question.
need everybody to vote on that.
I was the first to vote, so there you go. Is a hot dog a
Thank you for your
sandwich?
vote.
People,
Appreciate that.
go vote on Brandon's.
It's the
Fuck
biggest
no.
world question we have going on right now, really.
A hot dog is not a sandwich, yo.
Yeah.
A sandwich is between flat pieces of bread.
Why do they have to be
Okay.
flat? Why can't they be a bun? Just like a hoagie sandwich, a meatball sandwich. That's not flatbread.
See, you guys are making my point. The world's biggest question we have going on now.
Oh my God, Brandon,
Nah,
stop it.
once you put a hot dog in between two buns, it don't matter. It's a hot dog. It's not a sandwich. Where the hell do you go where they say, yeah, let me get a hot dog sandwich? You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck? I'm sorry. No.
You get a vote. You get a vote. So just make sure you put your vote in. Make sure your vote is
Oh, I
counted.
voted. I voted.
But the thing
I
is,
voted.
right? But the thing is, you have sausages and you can have a sausage sandwich, but you have a hot dog and it's not a sandwich. It's just a hot
You have
dog. So
meatball sandwiches in the same kind of formed bun as a hot dog bun. So how can you
Talk to
call
him,
it a
Sherry.
meatball sandwich and not a hot dog sandwich?
Tell him.
Does
Talk to him.
Subway sell hot dogs?
For a
Just,
reason, but a hot dog stand does.
Does Subway sell sandwiches? We could start there.
exactly.
And
And why is there not a hot dog on the sandwich menu
No,
at
Subway.
Subway?
I wouldn't
but
even.
there is a
My
There's
meatball
point
room
was,
for
I
it.
sub.
don't even think Subway sells sandwiches personally.
But there is a meatball sub. Why can't it be a hot dog sub?
Thank you,
Brandon,
Sherry.
I don't know,
Glad you're
yo, but
aware.
that's a hybrid that I'm okay on.
Yeah, a sub to me is a submarine, so it needs like a periscope.
Yo, and then let's talk about bacon wrap hot dogs. Like, okay, so we want to talk about sandwiches, right? Can
Yeah.
that be it? And Matt Savage has entered the chat.
Matt Savage. Oh, word got to you fast, Matt. I just told them to.
Hey,
I
Matt.
just told them to DM you, and here you are, Matt Savage. Thank you guys, whoever DM'd him.
hey,
I
real
hope
quick
we.
on the subject of Subway sandwiches, Brandon, I don't know if you're aware, they stopped putting yoga mats in the bread in 2001.
I saw that. I saw an article about that.
Okay, let's go back to Matt Savage because I know he's busy. He's down at the WPT, trying to get himself finished over there so he can come up to Vegas and meet Donna and I for karaoke. And the word on the street, Matt Savage, is if you stand up, Donna and I, for karaoke again this year, we're going to do a roast of Matt Savage in my space the next morning. So there you go. The gauntlet has been thrown down, my friend.
Yeah,
And Matt, I know you're
slap
busy,
it.
but if you have time, I hope you can vote on the poll. Is the hot dog a sandwich there in the comments?
The gauntlet has been thrown at your feet, Matt. So looking forward to you singing the ABC.
Poor Matt. He probably can't come up here and he's probably cussing at himself right now and talking under his breath because he can't come talk to us right now. But anyway, Matt.
Love you, Towley.
Somebody was talking to me. I didn't hear any of your nonsense at
Oh,
all.
sure.
I didn't.
I said,
Oh, what would you?
okay, I
What you?
said the gauntlet has been thrown down because
Okay.
if you, Towley Savage,
Yes.
stand up, Donna and I at karaoke again this year, we are gonna roast you on my space the next morning.
All right. Well, that's fine. Except we need to pick a good day so I can make sure I can be there.
Deal. So you pick the
Yeah.
day. It can't be, of course, that Thursday, but you pick the day because you're the one that's working. And let
All
us
right.
know.
Did you win your passport? See, your golden passport?
No, I
Oh,
have
you
not.
can't.
And I told them
You can't.
early.
You can't. You're a Washington resident
I can't. Why?
because you're a Washington resident.
I'm not. I'm a Georgia resident. I'm just here
No, you're
visiting.
not. Oh, really?
Yeah, my daughter lives here. I'm a Georgia resident.
You have a Georgia
I
ID?
do. I
Georgia.
live
Are you
I
sure?
live in Georgia. Yes, dear.
Yes, Matt. I've been to her house. I went in February. And yes, she does live in
My
Georgia.
son and daughter live in Washington State. And my new
Oh,
grandbaby.
why would anybody live in Georgia?
Because it's
It's a terrible
amazing.
For
place
the
to live.
peaches. For the
Because
Another
peaches.
it's
a
beautiful.
very good question. I like that question.
Why do you think my
I
nickname
said,
is Peaches? Because I sell Georgia peaches. Remember
oh,
that?
I said that right in front of BJ Namath, who's from Georgia. So I just said that on purpose. I go, I got to troll people at all
I
times.
love it. I
Yo, can
love
we
it.
get some WPT gold passes for the panel though? I'm just saying, just saying.
Yeah, yeah. One each. Just sign up. No, you got to show up. They're doing the drawings there, the 8th. Make sure you're there on the 8th. Come and get your drawing. You can win a McLaren. You can win a lot of money. You can win a seat to the 10K championship, or you could win a seat to the Gold Pass as well. So there's going to be a lot of things we're giving
Is
away in
it
that drawing.
okay? Is it only on the 8th, the drawing? I thought it was for a few
No,
days.
it's the 8th through the 12th,
Okay.
but I have to imagine that the majority are going to be in the early draws because I think people got to be registered. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well, it's a shame because we
Anytime
don't
between the 8th
arrive
and the
until
12th.
the 10th. So that
All right. Well, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Okay.
Yes, we'll be there on the 10th.
Okay, perfect.
So,
Because I feel like
but
that
you
kid
cannot be.
still on the side of the gymnasium wall that nobody's picked at the end. That's what I'm feeling like.
I can understand that. You know, I'm sure software Brian knows exactly what that feels
Oh,
like. But
God. Oh, wow.
Burn.
but yes, I just want to know. I want you guys to get in.
absolutely. I'm trying hard, I promise.
All right. Are you planning on playing? What are you planning on playing? Regardless.
Well, I am probably going to play the ladies tournament. That's kind of what it's
Okay.
looking
Cool.
like right now.
All right.
Is kind of what I'm looking at.
I'll jump in one of those prime satellites.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too. The problem is I've got to wait until Donna and I figure out like what she wants to do. Then I'll look at my poker schedule. You know what I mean?
I'm not bothered, Sarah. You do what you got to do, and I'll just toddle off on my own merry way, and I'll
I
just
know, but
do
still, we got to
whatever.
make sure you're taken care of. You know that.
All right. She'll be out smoking.
Fine.
She'll be out smoking a cigarette while you're doing that.
That's
So don't worry.
that's fine as long as she remembers to bring me my coffee.
Yeah, 'cause I'm a coffee bitch.
Are you bring me some spotted dick?
I will do. I'm going tomorrow to get some. We'll try and get some. So I will bring 5 instead of 4.
Okay, good. Sounds good.
I love it.
And
Well, you guys are doing a great
what?
job, Matt.
Yeah, I think it's really gone crazy. That tweet I made a couple days ago has gone crazy about. I'm tired of people asking me for these passes, and now people are contacting me, and I'm at in Florida at the Hard Rock, playing down to the final 6,
Nice.
and people keep just there's like a line of people just standing here waiting to ask me for a pass.
Well, you kind of opened yourself up with that tweet. You know what I mean, my friend?
I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, I was already getting a lot of requests before that, but now I'm getting a ton more.
I'm sure you are.
I've heard some people have won some passes this week that I didn't know. Did they announced any kind of list? I haven't seen
I
it.
have not seen any list, but I do have a question that we talked about earlier. What's going to happen to the passes that people have received that they know they're not going to use them?
Yeah, that's the problem is that people say, oh, I can't come. I can't afford to fly there. I'm not going to fly there just for one event. Or I've never played poker before. We've had that one too. People have
Wow.
said that. I've never wanted to play poker before. And, to be honest, we can't really do anything with those until we know for sure that they're not coming.
Right.
So people have to register before midnight on the 12th. And I think we're just going to have less players in 2000, to be honest.
Gotcha. Okay. I just
I
wanted
mean,
to.
we'll give out 2,000 seats depending on how many show
Right.
up. Of course, I would love to reuse any of the ones we don't because I want more people to get in. But at the same time, it's even better value for those that are in that show up because there's less people to qualify.
Now, if
So
you would like to give me one to give away to our Spaces listeners, I would be more than happy to do that for the WPT.
I would love to do that. It's not up to me. It's up to Jamie Kerstetter.
Okay.
She's the one. She's got all the control.
Okay. I'll DM her.
All right. Where do you live in Georgia?
I live in Noonan, Georgia.
Neiman?
Noonan.
Noonan.
Like the character from
BJ,
Caddyshack.
BJ, where's Noonan, Georgia?
It is where the Lego store that I love is.
Oh, it's a Lego. There's a Lego store.
Yes, there
BJ
is.
said.
One of the biggest Lego stores in the world. Like, not official Lego. I live right there.
It's not an official Lego
Yeah,
store?
tell them it's at Thomas Crossroads.
Only sell Lego products.
He says it's at Thomas Crossroads. That's what she said.
That's exactly where I live, Matt.
Yeah.
I live.
Really?
Tell them I live there too. Who are you talking to?
Wow, this is amazing.
See, I told you I lived in Georgia, Matt.
Sure.
Thomas Crossroads.
Hey,
Sherry,
Matt, are these
Pluskota,
satellites going to be
Sherry.
available in the Club WPT client or?
Talking on speech.
Wait, I don't know if you can hear you. Matt, can you hear software, Brian?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Are these satellites going to be available in the Club WPT client or separate from that?
The club WPT client. What do you mean? Which satellites?
Like the gold, whatever. Aren't there some kind of satellites to this $5 million thing?
Yeah, they've been doing it on Club WPT. I think they're all done now, though. I'm not
Oh,
exactly sure, but I think they did run a bunch of them, and they're actually giving away some passports in the satellites at the Win as well. So you can win them in there as well,
oh, cool.
along with that the drawings that are happening on the 8th through the 12th. So there's still a
Oh,
lot of ways to get in, and plus we're going to be doing beta testing. I don't know if you guys read that, but right now the site's down because they're preparing it for the beta testing. But we're doing some going to give away 300 through beta testing and satellites on the actual Club WPT Gold client as well. So stay tuned for that. That should be any day.
Yeah, so
oh, thank you for
that's what I was
that.
asking about. So that's separate, right?
Yeah, that's separate. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you for letting us know about that because somebody brought up earlier. Had there been any other announcements about that because it was rescheduled? So thank you.
Yeah, that was Paul Ornstein that lives in Georgia, right by Thomas Crossings. You know him?
I don't know him, and he lives right by me. Like that's like
Yeah.
3 minutes from me.
You know, he works for poker.org.
Why don't I know that he lives by me? That is
Yeah.
so funny.
You know him?
I don't. I'm gonna have
Oh,
to
okay.
look him up. I might not realize it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, he works at poker.org.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So it's cool. But
It is
that's
cool.
where VJ's favorite Lego store is at.
Well, ask him if he ever comes and buys peaches from my stand.
Oh, do you have peaches at your stand? Where?
Yeah, right at Thomas Crossroads at the by the Valero gas station.
She sells peaches, Sherry Pluskota, at the Thomas Crossroads. She has a stand right there. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't. I just go straight to the Lego store and come back.
You don't eat peaches?
I do. Peaches are fantastic.
Well, you should get some peaches from her store.
Yeah.
Well, you should probably talk to Paul
Yeah.
because he lives right there.
Yeah. Georgia peaches.
Hell yeah.
Huh?
Usually when I'm going, it's like I'm trying to get to the Lego store and back before traffic gets shit in.
Okay. He says he's got to try and beat the
Valid.
traffic. I
Yep.
guess traffic is bad there.
Because that's a horrible intersection. He's absolutely right. So there you go, Matt. I proved to you I live in Georgia.
Okay, you weren't lying. That's good. You're lying about Towley, but you didn't lie about this.
You know your Towley. Stop trying to deflect.
I don't see Tally in here, so
Strange,
Proof is in
right?
the pudding.
Very strange.
Yeah, the pudding spotted dick.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Yes.
Love it.
Well, Matt, I want to wish you the best down in Florida, and I look forward to seeing you in Vegas soon.
Yes, I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be fun. When are you getting there, Donna?
On the 10th.
On the 10th. Okay, cool. I'm checking in on the 7th. Have a party that night. We'll get some meetings and things going on, but I'll be there on the 7th until the 22nd at least. So,
I'll
Matt,
DM you. We'll figure it out.
Matt,
okay.
I become a Vegas resident on the 9th.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Well, you change your Twitter handle, which I'm happy about. So we can officially call it X now. I heard that's the thing now too. You don't have to call it Twitter anymore.
Oh yes, that's true.
Yeah, so that's good.
Now I
Life
can
is
never
good.
find Software Brian because he changed his Twitter handle.
Exactly. Yes, I want to thank you personally for turning the tide of the election, Sherry, in Georgia. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You can't talk politics in here. That's not the point.
You're welcome.
Oh
I
Lord.
voted Donald Trump, baby. And I thank you for changing the tide in Nevada, Matt.
I didn't. I can't tell you who I voted for.
we know, Matt. We know.
We know. What do you mean? You know?
We know.
You're a sane individual, so we know.
I don't even have Bitcoin. I wish I had Bitcoin. If I had Bitcoin, I would tell you who I voted for, but I don't have any Bitcoin.
I love it.
But I'm happy that everybody's making money. I'm happy that the economy seems to be improving and Bitcoin's on the rise, and We got good numbers down here in South Florida. I think we're gonna have great numbers at the Win, even though we have that competition, and hopefully all will be good.
It's going to be awesome. We're looking forward to seeing you and
Yeah,
playing, Matt, for sure.
yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful venue. I love the Win, and I love the rooms there too. I like staying there as well.
And I hear they have
Absolutely.
strawberry Julius.
Yes, exactly. Watermelon juice. I think they have watermelon juice too.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, it's a
I
good time.
appreciate you stopping by, even though you were strong armed to get you in here today.
Not really.
Under the veil of threats of being roasted the day after you stand us up.
What's going to be a good night? We got to figure that out.
Um, is well, I'm just going to say Friday after 9, or we could switch our Saturday thing and we could do Saturday night if we had to.
Yeah. What day is Friday? When's Friday? Friday the what?
13th.
The 13th. Okay.
Hell yeah, Friday the 13th. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we got to call over there. I've got a hookup over there to get us a table, so we can have
Perfect.
a good table. Just you got to let me know how many we're going to have. Should have at least 8 or something like that.
Yeah, 8 for sure.
Okay.
8 for sure.
Sounds good.
So just let me know which day.
Okay. And I think
Okay.
some of the club WPT streamers go as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll get the word out.
All right, I'm hopping into an elevator, so if I get cut off.
No worries. I appreciate you, Matt.
You just got to make sure the people from Georgia are allowed in there. That's the only thing.
Yeah. I want to see
The actual people
a
from Georgia.
driver's license, by the way.
The
How,
actual people from
how did I
Georgia,
not
of
know you were
course.
from Georgia?
I don't know. That's your problem to answer.
Yeah.
I
Her
mean,
Chicago accent is misleading.
she's such a nice person. You wouldn't think she's from Georgia, right?
Right.
I mean, I've been here. I've been there like 33 years, for goodness sake. 34 years.
I guess because when we were in
Oh, that's true. He's on the elevator now. Yeah, because I came to see you when you were in Washington as opening that new card room.
Are you talking about Washington State or DC State?
State.
Okay.
Nobody goes to fucking Washington, D.C. Excuse my language.
Bro,
Washington?
you live in Georgia. You don't have room to talk.
I do have room to talk.
is Barry Levy coming to
Nobody
the
goes
win?
to D.C. Who?
Barry Levy.
No.
As of this moment, no.
Oh, he
But
sucks.
we're all hoping that
He
changes.
sucks.
Because, he is a limit player or a PLO horse, all those
Yeah, we
crazy
have
games.
those.
I
We
don't
have a
know.
lot of those.
I
He's
know, but
he's a
it's,
horse shark.
yeah, but it's before all of us are coming, are those games.
Oh, I see. I see.
So it's
Oh, I'm down
just,
to play PLO with Barry. That sounds like fun.
Oh,
yeah, that's what we would do at the meetup game.
How's his brain? How's
We
his
get
brain
enough.
doing?
Well, it sounds awful personal. No personal
yeah,
questions.
not great, but I mean he's still alive, so there's that.
Y'all are wrong for that.
Love Barry, man. Barry's been, known
Barry,
Barry a
come up
long
here and
time.
defend yourself.
Oh, hold on, is Brian going to the meetup game though?
He is. He RSVP'd the other day.
Splendid.
Yeah.
We love those software
Are,
chips.
are you doing? You're doing a Spaces meetup game?
We're doing a Spaces meetup game at the Bellagio on the 12th at 2 p.m. if you'd like to join us.
What time? On what day?
On 2 p.m., that's Thursday at 2 p.m.,
Thursday.
the
So that would be
12th.
the 12th. Okay, that's the final day of the Prime Day 1A, I think.
Yes. And
If I'm
yes.
correct.
And I think it's not, isn't it? I think it's day 2.
Is it?
Wait, I
Be
got
better
the
if
thing
it.
right here. Hold on.
Be better
Kush,
if
are
it
you
was day
coming up
one.
to ask a
8, 9,
question
10.
while you do
Yeah,
that? I will look
that
it
is
up.
day 2. That is day
Yeah,
2.
day
Yes,
2.
I have a
Look it
question
up.
for Mr. Savage.
Yeah.
I'm expecting, because I'm not expecting that not everyone's going to show up to this free roll. And I noticed that the starting stacks were 25K with 30-minute levels.
Yeah.
If a good amount of people do not show up, are you going to make adjustments to the structure so it's not so tournament or turbo-ish? Because it's already kind of like a turbo, but with the lack of chips in play, I think it's going to play even more like a turbo.
It's not a turbo. It's a 3-day event. How could a 3-day event be a turbo? It's not possible. You guys got that all wrong. It's not a turbo unless it's 15-minute levels or less, in my opinion, in my educated opinion. But I do think
Said the
they're not.
turbo, but it's going to play fast.
It is going to play fast, that's for sure. But we have to get down from 2,000 to 1 in 3 days, so that's why. And I do think there's going to be less players there. I put the number around 1,500 to be honest, and that's going to be more value for everybody else that's playing because 1 and 3 are going to cash. So no, they won't make any changes because they can't. Once it's submitted to gaming, they have to do what they say. And then, of course, if we did change it, then people could complain and say, well, why did you change the structure? It's been posted for this long and all that stuff. So, no, the structure
Yeah, that
won't
would be
change.
giving Alan Kessler some ammunition. Let's not do that.
Oh, God. Did you have to mention him?
Yes.
Happy
I was already,
Because it's
anniversary,
funny.
Matt.
I was already feeling a little bit sick today. You really,
Did Alan
Like
get
he
seen
threw
the
up
free
in his
roll?
mouth a little bit when you said Alan Kessler.
Oh, that's so
honestly.
funny. Go ahead, Kush. Did you have something else, bud?
No, that was it. Thank you, sir.
No, yeah, just prepare for it being that way because there's no way they're going to change it. So, it's going to be quick. But also, honestly, if you look at all the people that are the posts that we put up there, literally, I would say probably a third of the players in the tournament have never even played a live poker tournament before. So it's going to be a lot of landmines, but it's going to be a very, very soft field. And it's probably going to be the softest tournament in the history of poker, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Will WPT facilitate chops?
I don't think there's going to be chops because they're going to be televised. And since it is a free roll, they kind of want that $1 million first place prize. So I don't think they're going to do that, So, no, I would say no to that.
Thank you.
And plus the mystery bounties as well. So we want to, make sure those are awarded. The winner of that thing could actually win like 1.25 million or more if they win, more of the bounties on the final table. So I'm playing in it myself, by the way. I don't know if you guys know that, but I'm actually playing in it. So
Are we going to have to watch Lucky You on every monitor since you're playing it?
I wish. I can't get Ryan Beauregard to play it, unfortunately.
For those that may not know, when he came into Washington State last spring to kick open those doors of a new poker room, he had that movie on all the monitors. We were a captive audience to watching his movie, just FYI.
Well, the more plays he gets, the more he gets in.
Well, we know, Brandon. We know we're supporting Matt because he needs every penny through, the playing of that movie he can get.
I
We're all
do.
here for it.
Hell
I
yeah.
do. Poker Roasters. Does Poker Roasters ever talk on this thing or no? Or he's just a lurker?
I've never heard him talk.
Okay.
His tweets are funny as shit, though.
His
He
tweets are
does
very
make some
good.
funny tweets.
Good job. I don't know. I saw one a couple days ago. I can't even remember what it was, but it was funny. I remember because people were passing it along to me. So good job, Poker Roasters.
And now I know it's been a while since you've been asked this question in a space that I've been in. So I would, we have to find out though, like when's the last time you saw PPE? Is he still living and breathing or what?
Uh, I don't know. I haven't seen him or heard from him. I know he's off social. The last time I saw him, he said he was off social. So I think it's probably better for him to be off social in his mental state. I think he's better off without it. And I don't know. Is Snoop Dogg been barred from all spaces, or what's going on with him?
Okay, thank you for that update on PPE. And I agree with you. He definitely needed a break.
Yeah.
Snoop is not banned from my spaces, but there seems to be a whole lot of hoopla the last 4 weeks or 5 weeks. And honestly, I try to stay out of that because that's not what I want out of spaces. So
Yeah.
I try to have a fun space, as you know, and informative and positive. And
Yes.
so
We
I
do
don't
need
know.
more positivity. I agree, 100%.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's, I've just always tried to, be that. So, um, as far as all the details about who's doing what, where, I can't answer those questions as far as Snoop's concerned.
Yeah,
Sure, you're not letting that
those are more
weasel
than
up, are you?
nighttime spaces.
Right. What'd you say, Brandon?
You're not letting that weasel up, are you?
He's meaning Sean McCormack.
Oh, Sean McCormick is here. We had a question for Sean earlier.
Let
Somebody
him up.
help me remember
I'm gonna
what it
go mute.
was.
I'm gonna go mute for a few minutes though. But
Okay, Matt, thanks.
yeah, call Sean up. I want to hear his wisdom. I need to hear a little Sean McCormick wisdom once in a while.
Of course, of course. He might not be able to come up. He may be busy, but he is always welcome. I sent
He's
him a
definitely not busy. He can come up.
ah.
Boy, if someone needs Sean McCormick wisdom, I don't. They're in a bad spot in
Getting
their life.
calls out, John.
I was just
Getting calls
watching.
out by Matt.
I was just watching that hand the other day, Sherry, from the meetup game.
Which one? Oh, that one that Sean won.
Yeah, it's actually in the vlog that I haven't released yet.
Oh,
So
that's funny. I forgot about that hand. Wasn't it Queen 3? He played Queen 3 against you or something?
yeah, and
And
he gets nothing on the flop and hits a 3 on the turn and decides to go gonzo with it.
wait a minute, are
Totally
we actually telling
unexpected.
a bad beat story in my space?
Uh,
Wait a minute. Go ahead, finish.
6 months later, nonetheless.
Hey, Sean.
He's just saying about how much Sean McCormick's a weasel. Everybody knows.
I'm requesting from the sheriff sometime to give my side of that story in the hand
Go
replay
ahead,
because he's
Sean. Go
definitely
ahead. Go
telling it
ahead.
incorrectly. I mean, the hand is true. The hand is true. It's definitely Queen 3, but it was Queen 3 suited. Yeah, I put that on my gravestone, but they were suited. It's fine. And the flop came with 2 hearts, and it came running 3-3, which we all know as poker players is the fucking dream. You love when you miss you love when you miss the flush, but your kicker comes runner because they never see that coming. So thanks for your money, Brian. Been spending it very well these days. Thanks.
that's a couple trips to hometown buffet, no doubt.
And pizzas for the future meetup game on December the 12th at 2 p.m. at the Bellagio.
No. I'm just gonna sign
More
for those
pizzas
pizzas.
better.
The Bellagio can't have Brian's money like that. No. I got to keep Brian's money closer to me.
I like it. I wanted to give a little shout out to Tony Burns. Hope you're doing well, my friend. He's working hard on the series, the Million Moneymaker series, traveling all over. We see you. Keep up the good work.
I mean, this Matt Savage calling me out for not working here. We have like 4 major tournament series within the next like 45 days at MGM Resorts. I'm just saying, we just have like a bunch of shit going on. But good luck to him. Day one of what obviously is a great time for Las Vegas poker. So we appreciate everything the World Poker Tour does, bringing this level of entertainment and poker to our space here in lovely Las Vegas, Nevada. So thank you, Matthew, and that incredible team over there.
Heck yeah. And, we were discussing earlier that the Aria Open starts tomorrow. So we're looking forward to covering that too in my space. You guys have an $800 no limit mystery bounties kicking off tomorrow. I'm sure a lot of folks are going to be there for that one. It sounds like fun. I wish I was in town. It starts at 11 a.m., people, over at the Aria. Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah, my question is for Sean McCormick, longtime listener. No, seriously, Sean, I got a good question if you want to answer it. It's about the WSOP rule change. We were talking about it earlier. There's always been the thing where you can go over to your rail between hands and talk to your rail and stuff like that. But now it's no coaching from spectators. So are they gonna like how do you think they enforce that? If you have any idea, or just I wanted to hear your opinion on it.
Well, I kind of gave my opinion over the summer on this, and I don't know who it was. I think it was Kessler or somebody apropos named it the McCormick Moat, which I am in favor of. Put these people that are playing poker away from everybody. Put them on a stage like WPT does. Make it shiny, bright, and make it high entertainment value. But no, there's no reason to have like a crowd is one thing, a rail is another. I don't know. When poker's being played on the largest stage with 10K buy-ins, freeze outs, or whatever we're doing, WSOP Main, WPT, whatever, BetMGM tournaments, all these things. These are once in a lifetime moments for a lot of people. So let's keep it to the way, kind of like we think the game was designed, which is just me versus you. whenever you do these large fields of people helping out, it just, the optics of it look bad. So let's just call it what it is. It's just not great. You know what I mean? So I think to continue to bring people into our game, we need to make it seem like it's completely on the up and up, and every single person starting from scratch has the ability to learn the game the same way if they put in the work, but not with these massive, like, do that stuff on the side. I'm not saying don't go in the lab with your teams. Do that shit. That shit is beneficial. Obviously, players are smarter today. Players are better today than they've ever been. And it's because the wealth of knowledge that they have. But when you get to that final table, it is you versus the field that is left. That's it, period. That's my opinion on it. People can lambast me or whatever, but that's what I think poker at a final table should be.
And I think most people are, I think that's kind of the discussion we had earlier. And it also gets rid of what I call the haves and the have nots, right? People that have a big rail of knowledge based folks and the ones that don't. And, it should be on the felt. What's happening on the felt? It should be decided by the people that are playing on the felt. So I totally agree.
The funny thing is, the majority of these players that make these big final tables these days, they have all the solvers in their heads anyways. They're already at an advantage versus your average person. So, like, utilize that. And that's what, professional poker players have always done. But again, in these one instances, especially on a global televised stage, it's very important to make sure to the people at home that the game is always on the up and up, that it doesn't look goofy. And again, our WSOP champion this year didn't do anything wrong, didn't do anything against the rules. So there's no asterisk to this. However, we're all still talking about it. When some people just gloss over it like this is a nothing burger, they're wrong. We're all still talking about this, whether the change in rules came yesterday or whether we're talking about the actual instance back in July. This is interesting to people, but also the masses are asking the operators to do something. And I think WSOP did a move that they can pivot on later, but it's a good move.
100%. Go ahead, Brandon.
Just follow up question. What about I understand the separating the crowd from the players. What about, like, if they have family there? Like, don't they want to, if they wanted to go over and consult with their, not get coached, but just talk to their family or whatever? What do you think about that?
Jason Tatum's my 18th cousin. I don't get to go stand on the free throw line with him and cheer him on. I have to watch from the stands.
I'm talking about, like, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, that kind of stuff.
Again, Jason Tatum is my son. I can't go out there and be on the court with him. I have to cheer from him from the stands. That's just what it is. If we're treating poker like a sport that is on a global stage like this, you can't have people running interference with the players. They're players at the end of the day. So we treat them the same way we do sports stars. You can't run into an NBA court, on the rink, stuff like this. Treat it the same exact way. Yes, we want your family there, but again, create some type of stage moat so they can watch it from a crowd, but they aren't part of the actual game.
Right on.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it.
Right on. Thank you, Sean. Always appreciate your input, whether I agree with it or not.
I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of the week, everybody.
Bye, Brian. See you next week, bud.
Did Brian ever recover from that Matt Savage burn? that was pretty sick. Pretty savage burn, if you will.
Pretty savage. Savage burn. I love it. Well, tell us anything you want to tell us about MGM Properties, Sean McCormick.
Let's not talk business. Let's talk funny. So I
Okay.
have a funny story here. So
Please do.
I went over to the One Drop event at Resorts World, put on by WPT and the Resorts World Poker Room. It was a great, great, great event. I get to see a lot of players that I don't see very often these days. I got to talk to Guy for a little bit, and just a great time. And David Gitter of the WPT kind of helps put this whole event on, and it was such a great event. But David likes to, and Matt will love this. David always loves to tell this story. Anytime him and I are around someone new that he's either introducing me to or vice versa. And he's like, man, Sean's been in this game so long. I remember when Sean had braces. And I'm like, my God, man, if that's the only embarrassing story that I had adult braces, I guess I'm running pretty good, but I love David so much. He's like, man, I
Oh,
knew this. Almost like when you tell stories, like I knew him when he was knee high to a duck, and I'm like, David, we're like 2 years apart in age years. Take it easy. Take it easy.
oh, that's awesome. I heard that was a great event.
Yeah, the funny thing is about those players at that level, it's a lot of them. Obviously, there's a lot of crossover with MGM properties with those players, and I was talking to I was talking to Guy for a minute, and you don't assume the billionaire guy's going to remember you. It's been so long since I've
Sure.
seen him and stuff like that. But he instantly put me in my place, and he was like, "No, of course I remember you. Everybody remembers everybody who worked for Bobby." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it. That makes sense. I'm one of Bobby's guys."
I love it. You know what I forgot to bring up, you guys and ladies? Um, I saw that Ryan Feldman teamed up with Danny Negreanu for the Triton. You guys see that? Is that a little bird's eye view of maybe who Ryan's new partner is going to be? Yes, I said it out loud. I found that was going to be an interesting pairing for the Triton. What do you guys think? Anybody? I wish I would have asked that before Brian left. I know he's always got an opinion about that stuff. Thumbs down. You guys are thumbs downing it. Why thumbs down, you guys?
Fuck Ryan Feldman.
All right.
He knew what was going on there.
Brandon,
He
we don't know
he's
that
not
for
Can't-
stupid.
certain.
Okay, we can't assume and we can't do guilt
Yeah.
by association when it comes to topics of this sort. So I understand why you say that, Brandon. And I'm not saying I agree or disagree with it, but I just want proof of anything and all things. So that's where I'm at with that.
What if I say he almost assuredly knew what was going on? Not definitely, but almost assuredly knew what was
Well,
going on.
and we can always, there's another way of looking at it that I thought about um, after Veronica had her little interview. And that is, people were crucifying Veronica that she should have known. Veronica only came into town for a long weekend, like once a month, for them to record several podcasts at a time for future use. So maybe she spent 3 or 4 days with him a month. You know, how many hours in those days? I don't know. But people crucified her that she should have known. Surely she knew, assuming, she knew. And it's just not fair. We weren't there. We're not, part of it. It's one thing to just, think in your head what you think happened or not happened. It's another thing to say it in public, in a public forum. And same thing with Ryan. Ryan arguably spent thousands of more hours, probably, with Nick than Veronica ever did. If she only came into town once a month to record, you know, Feldman and him surely hung out on a daily basis, but that still doesn't mean that Feldman was around when when Nick did or didn't do, because of course, innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, not public opinion. Um, you have no proof that Ryan was there in the room or around when he said or did anything that was inappropriate, supposedly. So I'm just not so quick to just make blanket statements about what people did or didn't do. Um, Everything's a bad optic for everybody. I mean, it sucks. And, shame on Nick for putting everyone in the position, right? And so, um, but, we still don't know Ryan's side. We don't know. Maybe Ryan did, and maybe Ryan reported it. We don't know if he did or didn't, and if he did or didn't report it. I mean, so we just can't make a blanket statement of what we think he knew or didn't know or whatever. It's just not fair. And I say to you, if you were in this, I'm not saying this to Brandon, I'm saying to anybody, if you were in this situation, would you want people to wait for the information or just convict you because of hearsay and they're just making shit up in their minds? Like, come on. Go ahead, Donna.
A lot of you know my background situation. All I will say is you can live with somebody 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you will never know them. So on that point, I rest.
Yeah, there's a lot to unfold there. And I don't know. I'm just not about, crushing a person, especially in a public forum or public forums, Twitter, whatever, social media, when we really just don't have all the facts. And I think it's a disservice to everyone to not wait till the facts come out. And some will never come out. But what if, just think about it for a minute. What if Ryan saw something and reported it? Does that change your opinion of Ryan? I mean, we don't know if he did or didn't, but I just don't think it's fair. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox.
No,
I'm off my soap.
you're right, Shay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I guess
And
what I should say is he almost for sure knew. And I'm not. You can't just convict a guy. You're right. But I'm
you
just.
know,
I would not touch him with a 10-foot pole. Let's just say that.
and that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Go ahead, Donna.
That's your opinion, right? I want to change subjects now. Sean, hello, darling. Are you there?
I'm here. I'm going in and out though. I have the most gorgeous view right now overlooking the Bellagio pool. So nice out in
Nice.
Vegas today. It is beautiful out today. It's been cold the last couple of weeks, so I don't know if it's my service or missed like the last 2 minutes of what Sherry was saying. I think it's my phone though. It's my Boost
Are
Mobile,
you
as Brandon would say.
Boost mobile ass.
I beat you to it, you broke ass.
are you ready for me coming over?
America is not ready. How do you think I am?
Well, if you saw my lives on Friday when I went out, that's just a taster of what it's going to be like in Vegas.
When you were dancing on the bar. Oh boy.
when, when
I'm
I was
delivering
dancing.
pizzas and running. That's what I'm doing. Delivering pizzas and running.
Well, I
Me,
can't wait to see you, and I hope I'll see Shannon too this time.
I'll drag her out for sure, and we all look forward to seeing you too, Don. Of course, I'm glad you're able to make it out here.
Yes, so looking forward to it. And once again, thank you so much, Sean,
Nice to get
for
out of that.
allowing.
Nice to get out of that cold, rainy, dusty country of yours.
Hell,
Hey, I hope it doesn't snow before I come. Snow can do one until after I'm on that plane. But I just want to say thank you so much for supporting us yet again, and for MGM and you, and for the pizzas, and for allowing us to have the meetup game at your properties. It does mean a lot to us. Me and Sherry love you to bits, and I just want to say thank you so much for your continued support.
My place poker in December. It's like Christmas every single day. I love it.
It's awesome. So
Well,
fun.
Vegas is my Christmas. When I come over to Vegas, that's my Christmas. That's my Christmas present to myself. So this is my Christmas.
We were actually able to make another group's dream come true, and we're holding another meetup game here at Bellagio. But that one I'm not going to talk about, although the person did post about it. So I don't know if it's an open one. I think it is. It's so I'm just going to say it's Nate Silver and Maria Konakovas.
Oh, shoot. I had fat fingers. Sorry, Sean.
Oh, that's okay. I thought my service was bad and you cut me off
Shit.
because you guys couldn't
No,
hear me. No, but either way, like it's I always love doing these meetup games. They're good for poker. They're good for everything. It's just yeah, these are
tons
good
of
times.
fun.
So
Tons of fun. Tons of fun. Absolutely tons of fun. And we appreciate you hosting us, hosting anybody that wants to do one. It's good for poker. It's good for all of us. All right, you guys.
Sherry, let's do some type of like giveaway game too while you're here. I'm gonna donate. I'm gonna give away not donate. Sorry, I'm doing a donation today. I'm gonna do a giveaway for you guys, and we'll do 5 MGM Macau poker jackets because those things you cannot find, you can't buy. Those are literally like I can't call them one of a kind, but there's like 50 of a kind. So there's a very limited supply. So we'll give away 5 of those. That'll be fun.
Okay, how are we
Do
giving
I
them
get
away?
one for Christmas?
Wait, Donna, hold on. How are we going to give them away?
First 5 people to jump in the Bellagio pool.
Oh shit!
I'm in already. Do you have size fat though? That's the thing.
I'll go in fully clothed. I don't care.
All right, make sure you bring a change of clothing with you.
I'll go
And when
naked.
you're
I don't
going to
give a
jump
shit.
in the pool, you got to let us know so that we can have a witness.
Okay, for the love of God, please. Okay, I have to make a disclaimer. Do not jump in the pool. It's closed for the sea. Actually, that's not true. People are swimming. I guess the pool is open. This is bananas. Who swims in December? These people are nuts. They must be British or Canadian. There's no
I
way.
know
How are you
that's
swimming in
right.
December?
Snowbirds. Okay, are
I get
you
out of the
trying to
pool at the
get?
late October. This is crazy.
Are you attendees to my meetup game arrested by jumping in a closed pool? What are we doing here?
No, no, no. We're open. We're good. We're good. We got security. We got lifeguards out here. Poor lifeguard over there. This is how you
It's a
know Vegas is
lifeguard
just
hot.
the lifeguard has a winter jacket on, like 3 towels over them. They're saying, I feel bad. It's not. It's definitely. I mean, the whole pool is in the shade right now too, so it's not. I mean, it's nice out here, but it's not pool nice.
Okay, let's go back to these Macau jackets, sir. Because I'll make
We'll figure something out. Maybe like a high
well.
hand of the hour or something fun like that. We'll do something fun where it's like
Okay.
poker related, but not or something. We'll figure it out.
Damn, I was
Okay.
hoping it wouldn't be
Perfect.
poker related. I wanted to get one.
All right, high hands or something. We're going to give away 5 Macau jackets. So, and we'll let you know how that's going to happen the day. Well, as soon as we figure it out, and certainly the day of the meetup game at the Bellagio on the 12th, 2 p.m. Be there, be square. It's going to be so fun. So many people are coming. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing.
How good of a guy is Sean though?
Sean is amazing, a great friend of Spaces. Welcome to the panel, Stephen, Stefan. Which you prefer?
Stefan is my name.
Okay, Stefan, welcome to the panel.
Thank you.
Did you have any questions or comments?
Oh no, I was just saying what the conversation was about. That's all.
Oh, perfect. No worries. Enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions or comments as we go on. Well, that's fun. Now we have 5 jackets we're going to give away that day. I love it. Just keeps getting better, people. Just keeps getting better. I see you,
Damn it.
Shook and Ryan.
Sherry, can you make
Yes,
sure
I
everybody?
see him too.
Can you make sure everybody votes in the poll, please? There's
Okay.
very important science going on here.
Brandon, go ahead and plug it.
It's not a bleeding sandwich.
So in the comments, there's a
It's
very
an hot
important
dog.
poll. We're trying to figure out all life's questions, and the most important one is in the comments. There is a hot dog sandwich. Hopefully, everybody votes on it. Thank you.
Please reply to his survey. Also, Friday at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. I will be interviewing Andrew Barber. So come on with your questions, comments for Andrew. I'm really looking forward to him as a guest. I've been researching him because I've never met him. So I've been researching him as I do all the guests, and he's a very interesting guy. And I appreciate Blitz for the heads up about inviting him as a guest. I'm looking forward to getting to know him. Ryan Koss, welcome. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I was gonna bring a few like t-shirts and some sweatpants, so I'll give you a couple pairs of that stuff you can give away.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Ryan.
So yeah,
Love it. I just asked for 4. 4 of whatever. So
he
we'll
wants
have
4,
4.
so I could do like 2 and 2.
Perfect. Perfect. Love it. Thank you, Ryan. I
Because I was gonna
appreciate
bring
you.
some for some other people anyway, so I got you.
Love it. Thank you. I'm
When
looking
do you get
forward to it.
there? When are you guys getting there?
On the 10th.
Yeah, I think I will. I'll be there on the 11th. So
Sweet.
yeah.
What's up, Shook?
I want to
Hey,
donate some
so
whoopee cushions to
Yes.
the meetup game.
Yes. To commemorate his continued farting in our spaces.
Hopefully he
What?
farts in real life at the meetup game. That's what I'm looking forward to.
no.
And Brandon can inhale it.
I
Free
would love that. I would love
flatulence.
that. That would be great.
Yeah,
We'll
Brandon's
have
gonna
to
bring like
bottle
one of
it.
them Chinese fans so he could fan it all to his nose
Hell
and
yeah.
sniff it
He's
all
gonna
in.
bring a balloon so he can capture it and take it home as a souvenir.
Absolutely.
We'll have to bottle it.
So I'm saying bottled fart for Brandon.
Love it. Love it.
And I'm gonna bring some baby powder when I slap Donna.
As much fucking money
Bring it, boy,
as much money
bring
as
it.
Chirps won this year,
I'm
I would
looking
fucking inhale
forward
that
to
shit.
it. I'm really looking forward to it, my darling. Try it.
I'm gonna have baby powder in one pocket and scissors in another. I'm cutting Brandon's beard off too. Fuck him.
Yeah, you better bring a fucking army.
Yeah, I'll bring an army, little guy. See you there.
It kind of sounded like Towley. I don't know.
All right, Chirp.
Y'all are hilarious. I can't wait to see all of you together in person doing this shit right here. How can we not have fun?
How many? So Sherry, how many people are like going or maybes from like spaces regulars?
All right, I'm going to actually get my list out. And I think the last time I counted it was 35.
Damn.
Um, and hold on, where did I just had it? Here. Um, and there are some people that have made it public, so I don't mind telling you the ones that have made it public that they're coming. But we have, yep, 35 on the list. And I would say out of the 35, probably 8 or 10 are maybes because of poker commitments. Are they going to be on day 2 or not, kind of thing. Um, but yeah, it's such a great list. And there's some people that have been to former meetup games that are coming again, which I think is very cool. And then there are people that this will be their first meetup game, which is also cool. Um, if we're going to grow spaces, the best way to do it is meetup games, and then people, you know, will be on board with us. I love it.
Is the pizza thing still happening, or is that still a thing?
No, that is a thing.
Oh, okay.
Maddie S and SW had
Show William.
actually sent me the money for the pizzas. And then one day in a space a week or two ago, Sean McCormick came in and we were talking, and I said something about them, donating the pizzas. And he was like, wait, 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 wait. He said, let me donate $300 for pizzas and do something different with what Maddie S and SW's money. And so I said, okay. And I asked them what they wanted me to do, and they told me what they wanted me to do. And so here we are. So Sean is buying the pizza and the MGM people.
So is there any limit on how many pieces of pizza you can have?
Oh, stop yourself. Stop yourself. Dork. Look, let me just put it to you this way. There's going to be pizza. If you miss your chance of getting a piece or two, it's your own fault for not getting your butt up and going to get it for yourself. So,
Well, right by the poker room in Bellagio, they have like that snacks area, and they have like this really good pizza meal deal. It's like $12. You get pizza, breadsticks, and a drink.
that is a
So
great deal.
it's not, yeah. Whenever I go there, I always get that at least once because,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a great deal. And I've heard
So
that
if
little,
anyone, yes,
I've
if
never,
anyone misses out on food, that's where you can go.
I've never had anything from that little snack bar, but I've heard good things about it. So,
Yeah, it's good for a snack bar for sure.
yeah, that's what I've heard. So, yeah, so it's all coming together, and yeah, getting exciting, getting to see some folks, and some people are coming that I've never met before, and a couple of people are coming that I don't even know. So I'm really excited about that because I love to meet new people, and of course meet people I know in spaces that I've never met before in person, like Ryan and Shook, and very cool.
Yeah, my anxiety is going through the roof again.
Oh,
I it
stop it with that
always
shit.
it
Stop.
always does before I'm fine once I get to Heathrow, but before that my anxiety just stresses me the hell out. Once I'm on the plane, I'm fine.
Tell her, Shook. Tell her.
We got a really important question. Trip, what color hair are you gonna have this time?
That is an important question.
I think I'm going hot pink.
Yes.
Hell yeah. I wish I could join you, but I don't have hair, so unfortunate.
We'll dye that thing you call a beard.
Oh God, don't give him any
Oh
ideas.
my. Is there like a dye that washes out in a couple days? I would do it.
Yeah, the spray like you use for Halloween.
All right, count me in for hot pink on the beard.
Brandon,
What'd you say?
Wait, you cut out.
are you
Trip.
actually showing up?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I'm like 95% to go. I have a couple issues that might keep me from going, but I'm trying to work all that out now.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hey,
I've got to
Brian.
try and slap my ass, so look forward to it, big boy. Bring it on.
What, he's gonna slap your ass? What? Jesus Christ.
Cost just caught that one.
That's
I
what
thought he
baby
meant slap
powder's
her.
for.
I thought he meant in the face, not the ass. Jesus.
No, like
No,
Santa Claus. Put her over my knee and give her a spanking.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think that's what she's looking for by some of those pictures.
Whoa! Wow.
what was that, Ryan?
Well, I'm just
Oh,
going to say for anybody doubting that Brandon's coming, he did come in June when we were there for the WSOP. Just saying.
Did yeah.
Oh, we know. We've heard all about it.
That's because they had midget wrestling the same week, and he was a part of the show.
I missed it.
Oh, God.
I'm
Oh,
not that goddamn short.
but you are. You come up to my chin, dude.
I
Come
gotta
on.
find somebody shorter than me.
Damn, Sherry with the hatchet from the
All
top
right,
rope.
Sharon.
Well, we're gonna find out, Brandon. We're gonna find out in
All
person.
right,
The guy's not even 5 foot tall, trying to say he's not short.
not
Jesus.
5. I am 5'7", bro.
And a half.
3/4
Don't
actually.
forget
Goddamn it.
that.
no, I'm the 3/4 one.
Well, Brandon's the half. You're the 3/4. He's the half.
No, I'm 5'7" straight up.
Brandon, if Donna's taller than you, you're fucking not allowed to sit down at the meetup game. They're going to send you
I
out.
don't. Is Donna taller than me? She might be.
Oh, she's kind of short. I don't know who's shorter, though.
I might be by 1/4 inch because of my spine. But it depends if I've got my heels on or not.
Well, Brandon doesn't have a spine, so you're probably right.
Whoa! God,
Got him.
that was a good one. All right, Sharon.
And
Last
I'm
time,
pretty
last time
sure.
I get you to your cab when you're all drunk. All right, I'll remember that.
Yeah, I'm
It's
wondering,
okay, she's
while
got
Hex is
me.
here, I'm going to ask him if he wants to do a last longer. I'll let him pick 10 people. I'll do 10 to 1 odds on any amount that he wants.
And last longer for what, though?
The $1,100 Prime Championship.
Oh, nice. Come on up, Haxy
See
Poo.
if he can grab himself, see if he can find his balls today and make that.
What, Shook? What's the dates on that?
The last day one is the 11th, I think. Day 2 is the 12th.
Oh,
That's correct.
gotcha.
I think it's like the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th are day ones.
Correct.
Then Wednesday too. The next the
Thursday, the
12th.
12th.
Yeah, the
The
12th.
day of the meetup game.
damn. So I could actually okay.
That's kind of why I did it that day.
For all of us losers. Oh, fuck off. What are you doing up here?
Books, you little ginger prick.
He said booked.
All right, how much are we betting?
How much do you want to lose?
Saw how well that worked for you last time.
Yeah, well, my fucking spidey senses were on last time. This time, I feel good about it.
All right, I don't care. I'll go up to 2,000 or 3,000.
Okay. I get 10 people, right?
Yeah, you can
Any
pick
10.
10. You can pick 10 people, any 10 you want.
Yeah,
You
choose Ryan's
have to
odds for
message me.
99
You have to
pretty
message
much.
me their names before the start of the first day one.
Yeah, okay.
And how much is the wager?
We'll discuss that in the DMs. We don't.
Well, you're
Yeah,
no fun. We all want to know.
It'll probably be 1,000 to 10,000. Would be my guess.
All
yeah,
right.
somewhere around there.
And also, is rebuys included? Can you rebuy in it?
Yeah, it's an unlimited re-entry. So
Juicy. I'm
basically,
about to. I mean,
the last longer starts day 2. Anybody that he picks is going to be able to make day 2.
I'm about to own all your little dirt bikes, your little redneck fucking dirt bike trailer. You're going broke.
If you think $1,000 to buy all that, you got another fucking thing coming. You
Yeah,
couldn't even buy one of the fucking wheels on the dirt bike for $1,000.
Damn.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, good luck, boys. Hope you iron it out okay. And
Yeah,
good
my
luck to
kid's
the both
actually
of you.
my kid's not racing. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. So
What
Oh
happened?
no.
What happened?
he ate shit on Sunday.
Oh, God
He
dang
has
it.
what you call a winged scapula. So basically, he has a paralyzed nerve, and his scapula is just chilling, floating around in his
Well, that's not
Oh.
bad,
fucking
Chirp,
gnarly.
because you
I
thought
thought,
it might be worse. You thought it was going to be like forever or shit, didn't you?
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping he's
That
back on the
sounds
bike in 2
terrible.
to 3 weeks, but he's in physical therapy every day. I'm homeschooling him for the next 8 weeks so he can get back on the bike as soon as possible. And then if he gets back on the bike before those 8 weeks, then he'll just ride every day. So
Well, I hope it gets better soon and it resolves itself quickly.
yeah, he'll be fine. Just physical therapy and got to work for it.
So not only is the poor kid injured, he has to have you as a fucking teacher?
No, I'm not his teacher.
Okay. Phew.
He goes
It's the internet,
online.
Brandon.
Hey,
The
but
fucking internet.
Brandon, I got more knowledge in my left nut than you have in your whole body, pal.
I'm not so sure about that.
I would take a wager on that.
Yeah, I'll take Chirp's nut for sure.
Yeah, I bet you will. Fucking homo.
Pause.
Hey, stop it.
He just said I'll take Chirp's nut. What do you want me to say?
Hey, Brandon, I didn't hear you. Will you yell a little louder so it echoes out of my belly button?
What?
That went right over your head, bud.
It did. I'm short. It's easy. All right, Chirp. I can't wait to square up with you. I can't wait.
Oh, God. Oh, fun times.
Brandon,
Yo.
you ever been scared when you woke up, like somebody woke you up in a panic and you were scared?
Yeah.
That's gonna happen to you when we meet if you try and square up.
I'll have the cops right around the corner.
You're gonna face reality real quick. But go ahead, try it. It'll be fun.
I'll have the cops right around the corner. Don't worry.
I don't give a fuck about the cops. What do you think? I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna grab you by your tuggy little beard. I'm gonna grab some Crayola scissors and fucking cut it. You know the kind that have the little shapes in the scissors. I'm gonna cut your beard with some.
Wait, you're gonna grab my beard?
I'll
How hard
square
are you
up
gonna
to
grab
you,
my beard?
Chip.
Hang on.
I'm gonna cut some stars into your beard for you.
Oh.
Brandon, if you need a job, you could probably get a part-time gig at Santa Claus.
No, an elf. Come on,
You get a
Claus. An
part-time
There's
job
elf.
with your dad.
there's
No
not enough
problem.
there's not enough bathrooms in a mall for Brandon to even offer thinking about the job.
I don't need a job. Jobs are for suckers and losers.
And wait a silence. I'll go
There,
silence us all. Go
there's
ahead,
a
Hobby.
movie quote. I forget. There's like 7 movie quotes of what he just said, but I actually had a question. Hey Ryan, do you bet basketball? Are you looking at the Bucks tonight, or have you been following the NBA Cup shit?
I
Yeah, I
thought you
haven't
said,
really
"Are
been
you looking
following the
at the
Cup. I watch
Bucks?"
basketball, though,
Do you bet Milwaukee
yeah.
or follow them?
Oh, of course. Yeah, I go to games all the time.
Okay, because there's just like kind of that ridiculous scenario where if they don't win or lose by 6, they're gonna knock the Celtics out. And I think like almost like there's gonna be that handshake deal like there is at a poker tournament where two people check it down if the short stack is all in three-handed because they make sure that that person gets eliminated because that's more beneficial for them. That's what Milwaukee against Detroit is tonight.
Interesting.
Because they have 27 and 28 that they're both up and 3 and 0 and 3 and 0. The Celtics are 3 and 1 and plus 21 or something like that.
I'm sure Slay's going to be sad tonight if that happens.
I mean, it's like mostly money in your pocket, and I guess like you can brag a little bit, but who won it last year? The Lakers.
So what are you telling me I should bet? I should bet the Bucks
You
to
should
cover?
bet. So both teams have to. Both teams could lose if they don't win the game. Like they're risking a lot to not have their starters play a lot of minutes. And basically, like these teams are incentivized if they want to win this, which is money and swag. And I don't know, an NBA player is not about money and swag. So uh, that they have to play a lot of minutes on both sides. So Giannis going against a team that has Malik Beasley to guard him. Okay, they do have Tobias Harris. Harris can't do shit either. He's too old at this point. Maybe one day he could have done something, but and then also Duran just isn't really going to do enough to protect the rim. Like Giannis historically eats this team up. Just basically, there's a lot of interesting bets on that game, and then same scenario basically with Orlando versus the Knicks, but Orlando is plus 60, so they just need to not lose this game by 39 points.
Well, we lost 11 listeners so far, so we should probably change this. No, but if there's a bet you like, Abby, text me for sure.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna
No,
host
you're
a
good.
space
Listen, I'm
later.
just fucking around.
Sorry, I made it about that.
I feel like she was gonna wrap it up soon anyway. So
Well, actually, I started to wrap it up over an hour ago. I just got a DM from somebody going, "Hey, weren't you wrapping it up like over an hour ago?" Yeah, but we try to roll with whatever's going on. People bring up something, it doesn't bother me. You guys should know that by now. Um, but yeah, Avi's going to start his own space, and you guys certainly can go into that in more detail. And if my baby over here allows it, I might even be able to join you today for a change. But I appreciate all of you for joining us this morning, afternoon, if it's afternoon where you're at, um,
Evening.
evening, whatever. Day one coverage of all things Vegas poker and WPT and hot topics of the day, including basketball picks. When Avi started that, I thought he said, "Do you watch the Butts? Butts?" I was like, "Wait, what are we getting into here?"
Bucks.
you must have been talking to Brad. Yeah.
But I figured out quickly that you meant the Bucks. But it was quite funny anyway. So appreciate everybody. I am going to end it though, just because I have a few things I need to get done. And again, appreciate you. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, we'll be back at it, covering all things poker in Vegas right now. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Shay.
Yeah.